What's up, guys? John here, Titan Talk Tuesday. Blessed to be here. Just getting off the birthday weekend. My birthday was Saturday, 38 years old. Another year of greatness, hopefully, for me, Titan Medical Center, and my family and friends. So hopefully we make this year a home run and knock it out of the park. Let's make it a grand slam, because I got some things in store for you guys. So I'm really excited. We got tons of events coming up. We've got new therapies coming out, all kinds of great clothing. I mean, so it's just one thing after the other. So when you think it's just gotten better, it's going to keep getting even better. I promise you. So what's up, guys? How you doing out there? I appreciate you guys all joining in. What's up? Oh, nice. In the hot tub, New Jersey. That's nice. I wish I was in the hot tub, but hopefully later. Yeah, so I'm really excited, guys. Sorry, it's been a long day for me. Usually I'm in the office or getting a workout in or something, right? Very productive. Today I'm in the Genius Bar. I'm there for 3 hours in Apple and just want to shoot yourself just sitting there. You're like, luckily I have my laptop. I was working per se, but it's just not a good atmosphere. I'm sitting in there and waiting. I'm like, listen, I got to go. I got a place to be, people to see. I got to go. So what's a fast forward me to get out of here? And they got to fix my phone. So luckily, Charisse had her phone and it needed to get fixed, so she was sitting by me. But that lessens productivity for both of us. And we don't like to be, less productive than we usually are, right? You want to be more productive. You want to be better. You want to choose to be at optimal performance, optimal levels. That's why Titan Medical Center wants to get you at optimal healthy levels the best way. We know how with our medical staff and medical doctors that you talk to. And it's all about that, guys. It's always talking about somebody that's licensed and a medical practitioner or provider that really knows what they're doing and has a really, really good track record in what we do. And a lot of people say, hey, listen, John, it's a lot of hype with Titan Medical Center. You guys are everywhere, and that's a blessing for me. And when you say that, honestly, that's a compliment to me that we're everywhere. And the reason is because me and Sheree started our clinic with $2,000 on our doctor. So we didn't have any money for advertising. We were hitting the streets. We didn't have any money for billboards like we do now, commercials, all this cool production. It was a whole different world. We've grown to that level. It's not something that you just enter into and just, you know what, I'm going 0 to 100 right now real quick. It doesn't matter. You can throw a ton of money at doing it. But the real thing that sets you apart is your patient's results and the word of mouth, because that's how we grew. It was word of mouth. It was what we did for patients, real results. We started it. Even the amino acids, the injectables, people were laughing about it before. Nobody's going to stick themselves with a needle. Man, you don't understand how many people told me and Charisse that. Nobody's going to inject themselves with a needle, John. When they can just take vitamins down their throat, they can go get an IV. Well, you know what? They get the best of both worlds because they're getting the higher transportation rate, the better absorbency, and they're not having to go into a vein and sit there for 45 minutes to an hour getting these things, and then it's out of their system within 24 to 48 hours. So you're going to have to keep doing it over and over and over, and the cost factor is better than doing the IVs. So at that point, IVs can be very, very good for you, and you can take them once in a great while. But to take them every day is not going to be optimal, and it's just not, it's not reality, guys. I'm sorry. Unless you're a medical professional and you're sticking yourself every day, it just is what it is. So it's a really, really awesome compliment. On to that, let's talk about the therapy of the week, because this one is an awesome one. It's in the top 2 of our therapies of injectable vitamins and amino acid injectable therapies. That's niche to Titan Medical Center. That means we only make it for our patients, our pharmacies. So we don't own the pharmacy. We don't make the pharmacy. It doesn't come in a vial that says Titan Medical Center on the outside. It might come in a pretty box that they put their vials in. Yes, but they are the pharmacy. That's where you can call and verify that you have a prescription. That's a whole different thing I'm going to cover in another chapter. But Titan Complete, let's talk about it. What is it and why is it going to help you? So a lot of people look for a lot of different things. Everybody knows a hot word, and one is B12. Everybody's like, B12, B12. It's going to give me energy. Listen, I was talking to one of my friends. He's like, B12, doesn't that give you energy, John? And yes, if you're deficient in B12 or lower levels of B12, adding B12 in there can definitely help you and will definitely rise your energy levels. But if you're at maximum level of B12, right, and you can blood test for this, and we do with our patients, you can see where that's at. But it's the other other B vitamins that, you know, synergistically work with B12 that can help you out with more energy, concentration levels, so cognitive enhancement, you know, a lot of different things as far as boosting metabolism, processing fats faster, a lot of different things. So it has B complex in it, so that's a beautiful thing. It also has 3, and the only 3 branched chain amino acids: leucine, isoleucine, and valine. These are also essential amino acids. So if somebody tries to sell you 2 different things, you tell them, hey, listen, branched chain amino acids are essential amino acids. So branched chain amino acids are ones that, and obviously the essential amino acids, are ones that we need to get from an outside source. Our body doesn't produce them. So we need to get them from, you know, diet, wherever we can get these things from. Supplementation, so at that point, we don't want to take it so it's getting broken down our gastro tract. If you are taking oral supplementation, it's usually 10 to 15%. It's being very generous. Obviously, injectable and a muscular is going to be a very, very good choice. And then IV if you want to get really serious. And like I said, that's good for once in a while, but everyday use is not optimal. It's just, like I said, it's not realistic. So at that point, that's where these really, really do come into play. HGH, tell me something good about it. All right, so everybody, that's another big one that I hear all the time. Let me finish up with Titan Complete. So you have your branched chain amino acids, B complex. You also have L-carnitine, right? And you have MIC, which is methionine, acetylcholine, and choline. These will also help, you know, produce great results in aiding you in fat loss and boosting the metabolism. You know, there's a lot of different other things. Acetylcholine is good for PCOS. So at that point, you want to look into the benefits of these things. They're natural to the body. You need these things. At that point, a lot of people don't get them through their diet. I know a lot of people will come at me or will look at this and say, listen, you can get this all through nutrition. You don't need any of this stuff. I promise you. And listen, I agree with you. Nutrition is key. Workouts are key. Sleep is key. All this is key. It's like an ecosystem. You need all these things to produce the best optimal result. But the truth about it is a lot of people don't know what nutrition really is. And they don't have the options to get this nutrition daily, right? They've never been taught these things. Well, you can learn a lot in our Ultimate Health Bible. You know, I will plug that real quick. So if you don't know anything about nutrition, pick up the Ultimate Health Bible. It's written and authored by yours truly and Jeff Bahar. It was just reviewed by a whole bunch of great people. You can get it on Amazon, Kindle. There's a preview out there, I guess, that he sent me a link for. Also, you can get a hard copy. You know, order it through Barnes & Nobles. The links are on the pages. We'll put them up there. But this is great for nutrition, right? It's not just great for nutrition. It talks about healthy habits, anti-aging, fat loss, disease prevention, a lot of different topics that you'll want to know, and it'll be great for you. Knowledge is power. You learn it, you keep it, you implement it, right? And you will get the results better to you, I promise. So let's talk about this, and then we'll get into some of my other questions that I have and our events that are going on. Actually, let's talk about our events, and then we'll get into that. All right, so check out, obviously, our newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, please subscribe to our newsletter, right? We'll put a link up here where you guys can go to the newsletter and subscribe to it. At that point, it will keep you in the loop of, oh, new therapies coming out, therapy of the week, new events. Might be in your area, might be local here in Tampa. A lot of different things that we do, clothing, you know, just keep you up to date. There might be some discount codes in there that we're going to put in there, some polls. You can ask them questions, possibly, and we will answer them live here so you can hear them and everybody can chime in and possibly give their responses. That's awesome. What up, Jose? What up, Jay? How you doing, Matthew? Thank you guys for all tuning in. Anthony, I appreciate it. All right, so listen, check out the newsletter. We also have a John and Charisse fan page, all right? So you can go on there. When you see the newsletter, you can do it, or you can look it up. It's Charisse and John's fan page, right? And that just shows behind the scenes of kind of what me and Charisse do. We didn't want to put everything on our Titan page because it's not professional. So at that point, we created that so you guys can see some of the fun aspects. And, you know, a little bit, you know, a personal side of what me and her really go through in life daily. You know, I'm going to start doing the stories and stuff like that I wouldn't usually put on the Titan page. So check it out. Also, Stacy Masita, my Titanette. She's out in Jacksonville. She's actually my Titan soldier. She's not a Titanette. She's a Titan soldier. She's family. She's out in Jacksonville representing hard. I appreciate her. So we'll be listing all the events of what she does on the newsletter, also on the social media, so you can keep up to date. And if you're in that area, go say hi to Stacy, Fanny Pack on Instagram. You guys will love her, man. She is an awesome, awesome person. Very approachable, very knowledgeable, and she knows about Titan. She's been with me for years. Talk about loyalty. You know who's with you and who's not in the end, because you really do see after the years and years who's stuck with you side by side. And trust me, I'd sit there and just watch. I let people just, do their own thing, and it's what it is. But these people, there's a couple that have definitely stuck by me side by side, and I will never forget that. I promise you. All right, so Cody Mannix, he's going to be at Crunch this Thursday, 5 to 8 p.m., another Titan athlete. Cody, go see him. He'll talk to you about possibly signing for blood work, answer some questions, or he'll direct you back to us. He'll get your information. So please, go out there, sign up, get a bag, possibly a t-shirt. Show Titan some love. I appreciate it. Take a picture, tag us on Facebook or Instagram. All right, so this Saturday, join us. The Tampa Bay Woman of the Year event taking place Saturday, March 2nd, right? 2019 at the Jet Center. You can vote for our Titanette, Lisa Patel. We love her. That's my little Indian angel. She's the best. So at that point, she's really, really cool. She's done a lot for the community. She's raising money for a good cause. So if you guys want, come out there, support. You guys can always donate. It's for the West Chase Charitable Foundation, and they've assisted dozens of families within the Tampa Bay community by distributing over $500,000 in funds directly to support them during their most challenging time. So that's really, really cool. Also, let's fast forward a little bit. It's not too far, I guess. April 7th, big day for Titan. We got our Titan Classic with the PCA. Really, really excited about that. All kinds of different athletes. We got some bonuses coming up. I think we're going to give away some money and stuff like that for like overall winners. Really, really cool stuff. Maybe a sponsorship to one of those athletes. Also, that day, Festival of Speed. We are the media sponsors and exclusive HRT and anti-aging company. So let nobody tell you different. We will be out there with the Titan vehicles. We got some of our patients bringing out some of their exotic cars. I can't wait because we are going to be blanketing the town of St. Petersburg. Both these events are happening miles away from each other. So if you want, you can be with me. We're going to go back and forth between these events, show support, do a lot of big things that day, see a lot of great people, and show you guys what the Titan lifestyle is all about. I am excited, man. So that's good. Deke Warner, Mid-Florida Classic National Qualifier, June 5th, presented by yours truly, Titan Medical Center. Big one in that. So Deke went out of his way, man. He's awesome, dude. Him, Jose Santiago on the NPC. Love those guys. But he's bringing in Sean Roden, who's Mr. Olympia. He's going to do a guest posing. So, usually you don't get to see Mr. Olympia all year. They might come out one time, two times, but this is really, really cool. So I'm excited. Thank you, Deke. I appreciate you having us being a part of it and being the title sponsor of both your events, man. That's awesome. PCA Miami, July 7th at the Manual Airtime Theater in Miami. That's another big show for them. That's going to be awesome. Seminole Classic, NPC Seminole Classic. That's coming up. Stay tuned. NPC Iron Bay Classic, September 7th at Jefferson High School. My man Jose Santiago. I can't wait for that. So we're going to do big things this year. I can't wait. It's just getting bigger and bigger. National qualifier, first year. Congratulations to my man Jose Santiago. He's the man, dude. These guys have stuck by me, and that's where it is. Loyalty, we help each other, and we just work, man. It's what it is. So, the Titan Weekly Poll. Which body part do you wish you could shrink? So this was a question asked on our newsletter, and people responded in these different ways. So 72 people said their stomach. Obviously, I think that's the biggest thing that people really focus in on is their stomach. Now, women do because of a lot of different issues. Either accumulate the subcutaneous fat in their stomach or abdominal area, or they've had children, and sometimes it just doesn't tighten up in that area, so they have a problem there. So I could see that guys are the exact same way. Sometimes a hormonal problem, sometimes a diet problem, inactivity along with this can contribute to these things. Hormones play a huge part in belly fat and stomach fat, and fat deposits in general. So at that point, you want to make sure your hormones are in check or optimal levels. Don't let, and I've heard it, I got on the phone yesterday and I talked to a lot of different people that were calling in because we are slammed here. I will tell you that. We're slammed. So at that point, when I get on the phone, I'm talking to new people coming in or have questions and stuff like that. A lot of these people, they're getting the response from their general practitioner or general doctor that, you're within normal range, but you're at the lower or the end of the range. So I don't care about your symptoms. I don't care about the way you feel. But your number says, you're a point or two above this range. That means you're within normal range. You're okay. That's just you getting, old, or you're just feeling depressed because, the sun's not shining on you, your girlfriend left you, or whatever your life problem is. That's not the answer. And for them to give you depression medication that's has a lot worse negative side effects for you than something that your body creates naturally that helps you in a lot of different ways. We know this. That's just the wrong answer. So that's not being good for the patient. That's not treating the patient right. So we can help you out with that. If you guys don't know what we do, I'll plug that real quick. Guys, we service nationwide bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, males and females, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, a lot more. So whatever your goals are, whether it's to grow your hair, nails, whatever it may be, we have different therapies to help you do these things. Whether you want to stay natural or you want to look at some of these different things or possibly just blood test to see where you're at because you really don't know until your blood test. At that point, then you can make an educated decision about what you want to do, and then you can talk to our medical doctor or medical provider, not on a phone, but through a video conference, so you can see them. They can start the patient-doctor relationship with you, and you're not just talking to some Joe Blow on the phone about what you're going to be taking, especially controlled substances like testosterone. So at that point, that's a big one. All right, so you can call or text 727-389-3220 for that. The next one was butt, all right? So a lot of people wish they could shrink their butt. That's a weird one, and that was our second winner. So that was the top two. Why? Usually I get the opposite effect. How do I grow my butt? And that is the biggest one from girls. They want to just do it. Usually a lot of them shoot Hercules potion in there. They do a lot of squats. They usually get a great effect from that. Or calves or something like that. Something like that. Not shrinking, but building. So shrinking butt. Okay. Upper arms, I can see that. Thighs, okay. Now, thighs are usually a big thing on women because guys want big, thighs. They want big legs, tree trunk legs, and that's what it is. So there's definitely ways you can do this. Shrinking for me, though, I'm a guy, so I guess you don't want to shrink any areas. I guess your stomach, right? Always want the stomach. You always want to stay tight. So you want that V taper when you outline it in so they can see that wide V and then it comes right in tight. The one guy I know that has that kind of body type that's a Titan athlete would be Rodney Fillon. He's just gigantic on top and it just comes and tapers in. I think he told me his waist was a 28 or 29, and I'm a 34. So I'm like, holy cow. And this guy, he outweighs me. He's giant. So if you've seen Rodney, if you haven't, look at our social media, you'll see him on there. All right. So do you know about all the Titan Medical Center therapies? A lot of people, all right, so 2 people said yes, 50 people said no. So people out there that are patients, if you have questions about any of our new therapies, be sure to bring it up when we call you every 28 days or contact you. If you have questions about how you can get leaner, maybe, better recovery, better sleep, a lot of these different things that we offer. Or you just say, hey, listen, what do you guys offer? What have you told me about before? Or when I came on, have you guys had new therapies you guys are offering? And they should go through it. If they don't, you can text the line, ask for me or Cherise, and we'll be happy to go through it with you and with them so they understand exactly what we should be doing.
We got a comment here. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Michael Wolf, he went from 315 pounds at Halloween to 282 middle of January and still holding with Titan.
So this was a big one, guys. I know this personal story because me and Cherise talked about it. So Matthew Wolf, patient, obviously I can see that now. He just told his story of what he did. It hits home. Those things motivate me and Cherise even more. And us Titan here. That's awesome. And he showed us the pictures, and it was for his job. So he has to do this. He has to get in this extreme, small area, man. It's awesome. So I appreciate it, Matthew. Thank you for sharing that. That's huge. And our patients' testimonials are everything. And most of our patients, I would say 80% are not competitors. They're not bodybuilders. They don't have the great shapes right? I know you see our Instagram and our Facebook and our social media, it looks like great, and it looks like, oh, all these people are in shape that take Titan products, so I have to be in this certain look. It's not like that. It just so happens that those people like to take a lot of pictures of themselves, and they like to share it. There's nothing wrong with that. They have beautiful, beautiful physiques. They're confident in what they're doing, and you don't have to have a perfect physique to share your picture with us. We like to see like normal people, like Matthew. I've got a ton of people in the inbox, and they let us share these pictures, and it's motivating to me to see these people do this, because they have a lot more of a bigger challenge sometimes than some people that didn't and just had the genetics all their life and didn't have to do anything and ate like garbage their whole life and still have a great physique. You know, I've seen it on both ends. So I've seen people like just kill themselves, really kill themselves with diet and exercise, right? They're sleeping right. And they just don't know what's going on. And they ask their coach or trainer, he's like, I don't know. Like, we got this dialed in. We got your workouts. The diet's on point. You're eating the calories we're supposed to. So at that point, if you're hitting a plateau or you're hitting a brick wall, and this sounds like you should blood test your hormones and see where they're at, because that will probably tell you, that will identify an issue or problem that you can fix that might turn that problem around, and you get great results afterwards or start progressing ahead. You're not going to get lightning fast results. People come to me and they say, hey, listen, how fast can I get jacked? I want to look like you, or I want to look like this guy on there, or this. Dude, you know how long some of these people they've committed themselves to what they're doing in their body by eating properly and training so many times a week? I mean, really sacrificing some of the things in their life. I mean, it is what it is. Some of these guys really sacrifice. I mean, listen, I hold a balanced life. So anybody that talks to me, I eat good, I would say 75, 80% of the time, right? I eat some ice cream then, and then I might have some drinks, like some champagne or whatever on the weekends, or whatever it may be, a beer. Listen, I'm human. I'm not competing. I never will. I do it for myself and always have. So at that point, I give a big, big praise to all the competitors that have to sacrifice out there, because I'm not going to do it ever. So I love you guys. Everybody's like, when you get on stage? I ain't getting on stage. So sorry to blow your dreams. Love it though. All right, so what injectable BCAAs do we have available, and how do they compare to pill and powdered forms? All right, so there's only 3 BCAAs, and I covered that earlier. Let's cover them again. And what does BCAA stands for? Branch chain amino acid, right? Branch chain amino acids are essential amino acids. There's only 3 branch chain amino acids. 3. Leucine, isoleucine, valine. Those are the 3. Your body needs those things, okay? It needs to get these from an outside source. So usually it's nutrition. But if your nutrition's not on point, where you see a lot of people that be drinking BCAAs all day, that's probably not the optimal way to do it. Now, nutrition is, if you can get it in and you're perfect on it and you know exactly what it is, and you think you're getting optimal results like that, and you're not supplementing anything else, go right ahead. If you are eating perfect nutrition and you're still having to substitute these things, then why not do it a better way, right? So we go to why not do it in a pill or powder form? Why should we do it in injectable form? And I covered this earlier and I'll cover it again. The reason is because transportation rate and absorbency. So we know that giving that injection is going to get in the bloodstream and get into the body faster, right? We also know that the absorbency rate is going to be higher because we're bypassing the stomach and taking this in orally in the gastro tract. So at that point, we know we're going to get a better result just because of that. Now, the other point in hand is that you know exactly what you're getting. We know this is coming from a U.S. regulated pharmacy. It's doctor prescribed, so you know what's in it is going to be in it. So when you're getting this, you know it's correct on the dose. It's almost precise to a T. You don't know the absorbency. It's a little different for everybody else, right? So I guess it's not precise to that, but you know you're going to get a higher absorbency and you're going to get a faster transportation rate. So that's why you should do it over pill and powder forms. Plus, you don't know what other fillers or anything else you're getting in those powder or pill forms are. You don't know the percentage. Like I said, it might be 10 to 15%. So you got to take a lot more, because everybody's like, man, this has like 10,000 milligrams in it. Well, yeah, it's got 10,000 milligrams in it because you'll absorb 10% of it. It is what it is. What therapies are best for recovery and healing? So there's a couple different things that go in hand with this question. So the best for recovery. So we know that glutamine's a big one. We know that glutamine has been around for a long, long time. It's been a lot of different supplements. We know it's great for recovery, right? So at that point, glutamine's a good one. Now, glutamine's in a lot of different injectables like Super Titan, Hercules Potion. I think it's a Nectar of the Gods. I think that's it. Those three. At that point, it's great for recovery. So those three are good for recovery. Now, when we talk about healing, we can talk about something like BPC 157, TB 500. We can also talk about thymosin alpha 1, and that's going to be we offer it this week. Thymosin alpha 1 is good for immune function. It's great for helping for the body in itself get back to where it needs to. I mean, there's a lot of different things it goes hand in hand with. So thymosin alpha 1, that's a great one. So anything that contains our glutamine injectable, another great one. BPC 157, TB 500. I can't say enough about, especially BPC 157 for shoulder injuries and stuff like that. I use it for shoulder, golf, and tennis elbow. Helped extremely as far as bringing me back fast. I couldn't do anything hardly with the weight-wise. I think it was 25 pounds pushing. I barely could do that. Now I'm back finally where I need to be. So at that point, it definitely helped wonders. So those are the best for healing, I would say. That's definitely it. So I think we covered a lot, man. That's a lot, right? What up, Shade?
And not half the time.
No, you got to work for it. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we have MK677 too. So that's a comment on there. So MK677. What is MK677? MK677, a lot of people had it confused in the beginning. They say it's a SARM, which is a selective androgen receptor modulator. It's not a SARM. It is actually a GHRH, which is a growth hormone releasing hormone. Okay? And what will this do for you? This is actually an oral version. This is one of the only oral versions that works as an oral GHRH. And we know that it will, right, hopefully stimulate your own growth hormone. So at that point, you can have it produce higher IGF-1 levels and you can get the benefits of higher growth hormone levels in your body naturally. Instead of taking growth hormone and just sticking in your body, and at that point you can hinder the function of your pituitary producing your own growth hormone for extended long periods of time, high doses. Everybody's different, so I don't think there's a right answer for that. When somebody says, how long can I stay on growth hormone without hindering my function? How much can I take? I don't know, because honestly it really is a Russian roulette question. We know this because let's take testosterone. So it was known before, I guess before, like bodybuilders really knew a lot more. I think the doctors 15, 20 years ago about testosterone. And at that point they said, hey, listen, you can take testosterone, you can shut down your natural function, and you can take this post-cycle therapy, PCT, and you can bring back your natural function and it's going to come back just where it was at. Guys, I've seen thousands of blood tests, man. I've seen a lot of guys come through here, and I've seen a lot of people hinder their function, and it never comes back to where it was, or it just comes back very, very low. And I'm not talking about in the crashing stages. I'm talking about 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road. So at that point, it ain't ever coming back, right? So at that point, that's why these guys feel like garbage. They feel like poo-poo. And some of these guys are real young. And I feel for them because at that point, they don't got no other choice except for some replacement, possibly clomiphene. I mean, at that point, when you take your Clomid, some patients take it with us and it produces great numbers on paper. Symptom-wise, doesn't relieve them. They don't feel any different. Not one, multiple patients. Other patients, they had side effects like depression. So at that point, and that is a natural side effect of Clomid. So that can affect different people in different ways. And that's where we come back to, hey, listen, you have, maybe some other options, HCG, something else. But long term, I mean, at that point, if Clomid doesn't kick on, the FSH and LH, the follicle stimulating hormone, the luteinizing hormone, and down to the testes to kick on for testosterone, you aren't coming back, I don't think, man. And at that point, you're going to have to stick yourself for a long, long time, man. I mean, it is what it is. Free giveaway. We're definitely doing a free giveaway, guys. Stick around. We're going to do a Titan gift, right? That'll be for a $100 gift certificate. And we're also doing it for Titan gear, right? So you're going to hashtag Titan gift or hashtag Titan gear. And you're going to text that to 727-389-3220. We're not going to accept any until after the show. So that way you can stay online with me so we can talk about all these great things. And at that point, you can get off and everybody has a fair chance. All right, what should we expect to see in the near future from you? So Dr. Big, Justin Holt said, what can we see from the future? Are you talking about therapies? Are you talking about what Titan's going to come with different? Because we got a lot of different things, I guess. Maybe you're talking about therapies, Justin. So at that point, Dr. Big, we're going to do thymosin alpha 1. We do got PEG MGF. It's just really expensive. I know that the doctor was looking to testosterone. That was another one. There's some new peptides, new different things that we are looking into. But we got to look at safety profile for patients. We want to make sure these are going to be good for patients. Obviously, we're not going to roll any therapies out unless I take the therapy and say, hey, listen, this was okay, doc. You know, he's going to ask me, hey, what happened? How have you felt on it? I'm going to go on for 30, 60, 90 days, depending on what it is. A good one that's out is Epitalon. And I hope I'm saying that correctly. Epitalon. So at that point, telomeres. So we know that it extends the life of telomeres. And telomeres, we know, get shortened through our lifetime. And that's when usually degenerative problems start happening to our body. And we start going through issues. So this is definitely one. It's like an anti-aging drug per se. It's really, really cool. So I've been on that one for a while. It doesn't give you an immediate gratification. So you're not going to see anything off an injection like Hercules Potion or Titan Complete or anything. But, hey, listen, I'm game if it's going to extend my telomeres and it's going to give me longer life, hopefully, and the anti-aging effect. I'm all for it, so I'll try it. But that's one that we're rolling out, I know, very, very soon. Obviously, Cupid's Candy. So that's libido enhancer, PT-141. That's got tadalafil in it. It's got oxytocin in it. That's great for males and females. It doesn't work on the vascular system like Viagra or Cialis does, sildenafil or tadalafil. It works on the nervous system. So it really, really does create that libido effect. We've got some awesome feedback from patients on it, males and females. So at that point, it's worked really good. So I was really happy with it. I took it and stuff like that. You know, it had a good effect. But some of these patients, man, they really, really came back with some good feedback. So I was really happy. You know, that's what it's all about. All right. Are we going to see some Utah Medical represent Utah at FitCon? No, I don't think we're going to get out to Utah this year, man. We need to, though. You know, I mean, I would like to get out these different places, but me and Sharice are only 2 people. We've only got, you know, we've got a good staff, but it's a limited amount of staff. We do so many events locally here. We barely have enough people to staff our own events. We do like 2 or 3 a day. I'm like looking for more and more brand ambassadors. So I will have brand ambassadors open up for around the country. If you guys think you have what it takes to be Titan, I will roll out some questions, you know, for like an application process to kind of weed through some people. But at that point, hey, listen, I'm going to start taking on some brand ambassadors. Titan's taking over. We've been on a rise for a while now. We're going on 7 years, guys. So at that point, we are going to just step it up, level up. So I'm going to start taking on some people from around the country. I've already got a few brand ambassadors in different states. Like my man Craig Brodsky. I got my man Brian out there. I've got people all around. Jason Salinas, our Cali Connect, Christine Leonard. I love you guys. You guys have been with us forever too. Those guys have been loyal as hell, man. It's been crazy. Had a couple guys at the gym. What's the secret? Was getting the big arms. Oh yeah. So my man Justin, he's getting the compliments at the gym from other people talking about how big his arms are getting. So every guy likes big arms, right? Especially if they're muscular. That's where it's really at. Higher strength for males, low T. So Craig brings up a good point. High estrogen males. It is a big thing. So guys, they get man boobs and stuff like that. They have high estrogen levels. You know, they have belly fat. They could possibly have high estrogen levels. But you can really tell on belly fat and stuff like that. But, oh, I got a keg or something like that. You probably have low testosterone and you might have high estrogen levels. So at that point, you should test just to see where you're at. Just a tip. So yeah, definitely gotta definitely get the hormones checked. God, there's so many on here. What therapy will get rid of my gray hair? I wish I had a therapy for that. So at that point, what we're gonna be looking into is some more hair therapies. We do have hair health capsules for males and females. It's a great therapy. It's been around for years with our patients. Girls love it because it grows their hair out. Guys like it too. I take them to combat the DHT because we know testosterone is going to convert into DHT, dihydrotestosterone, and estrogen. So you don't want your DHT levels going too high. People that predisposed to baldness or thinness in the hair, so that can affect it tremendously. So at that point, we want to combat it with some anti-DHT factors, and that's what it was made for. We also have a foam for guys. It has minoxidil in it, has lantropost in it, has finasteride in it. So we know what finasteride does. Finasteride helps you keep your hair. We know minoxidil will help grow hair, keep the hair as well. And lantropost is a cousin of latisse. And what that does is actually thickens hair. So at that point, all three of those work synergistically together to help you grow, keep, and thicken the hair. So, I mean, it's not going to make you grow back a whole bunch of hair, but it'll probably help you keep the hair that you have for a longer period of time and thicken some of the hair that you already have too as well. All right? Yo, brother, had to make sure I turn. Oh, thanks, Punisher. I appreciate it, Pat. You the man, dude. No calories. Yeah, no calories for sure. All right. Titan Gear's legit. Craig, I appreciate it, man. Cupid's Candy. We're hearing about that all over, guys. I hear about Cupid's Candy almost every day. So it's really, really cool. So, guys, I think that's it. I think we've already hit our 30-minute mark. Yeah. I think I've talked about a lot of different things. There's more I want to talk about, but I don't want to just put it down your throat. All right? There's only so much I think you guys can see of me, and I can only see it myself. I appreciate it, Neil. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. All right, so, guys, please subscribe to our YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, please go to YouTube and subscribe to it. Press the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube right now, press the subscribe button. Okay? Instagram, please @ and share this with people. Please, please, I appreciate it. Facebook, I know you guys can share. Share to your groups. Create a watch party, right? Share to a couple of your friends. Do it for Titan. Do it for me. Do it for Sharice. Do it for the Titan family. We will appreciate it. We'll hopefully reciprocate it to you. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in to me every Titan Talk Tuesday and all the times that we go live, me and Sharice. She does her soapbox. Stay tuned to that because she is just, whenever she wants, she goes live and she just usually gets into it. She'll probably do it tonight. But I don't know. Don't hold me to that. All right. Instagram, Facebook, keep it locked. I appreciate you guys again. Thank you guys for another successful Titan Talk Tuesday. DM your questions. I'll be happy to answer them on air for you guys. I appreciate it again. I'm John from Titan, and I'm out, guys.